Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing two of the new Chanel tweed quads. I went to the Chanel boutique this morning. I did some damage. My wallet currently in so much pain. She is bleeding, okay? But to be honest, I saw enough interest on these new tweed quads from Chanel. I was pretty interested myself in seeing what the fuss was about, and I bought two of them. I cannot wait to try them, swatch them, and tell you everything I know about them so far. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's start the video with a little Chanel unbagging. I'm going to just break the bow here. And not only did I get two of the tweed palettes, which are really beautifully wrapped right here, we'll see them in a second, but they also gave me some samples, and then I asked for one more sample that I was interested in. Chanel samples are a whole nother level of packaging. I really love the way these came, and let me show you the samples that they put in there. I got a sample of their new fragrance. This one is called Les Oaks de Chanel. If you've watched any of my videos before, I cannot pronounce any words in French at all, so I apologize. I got a mascara primer sample and also a sample of their new mascara, which the lady at the boutique really wanted to sell me, but then she gave me a little sample of it, Noir Allure, which I'm excited to try because I do love Chanel mascaras. They gave me a little eye makeup remover sample as well, and the sample that I personally asked for was a sample of their new skin tint. I have been hearing about it. They are saying it covers more than the previous version of it, and so I got a little sample of it in shade 20 right here, and I cannot wait to try it. I already have something else on today, so I'm not going to be trying it in this video, but I'm pretty excited about trying this one. I honestly don't know why I didn't make a video on it, because I was interested from the get-go. I was going to put my samples aside, but I'm actually going to try this fragrance. It's pretty. It's like a soft, maybe a little powdery floral scent. Not my favorite I've tried from Chanel, but I do like it. So now let's get into the quads I bought. They come in Chanel's usual eyeshadow exterior packaging, and I got number 2 and number 4. These were the more cool tone ones, the ones that I thought I would personally like the most. Now these are kind of a collector's item because they come in very special packaging once you open the box. It's called the Tweed collection. Tweed is a fabric material that is used in a lot of Chanel like high fashion items, and so they got that same material that they use for the tweed jackets from Chanel, and with it they made the little pouches that the palettes come in. So this one here is number 2, tweed purple. I'm assuming that means purple maybe. And here is what the outside tweed case looks like. Now something else they told me is that the outside tweed matches the inside of the palette. So the colors in the palette are going to be similar to the colors in the tweed pouch, which is also, if you are storing it, a really nice way of telling them apart. Something else to note is that the embossing of the eyeshadows is also meant to be that tweed fabric texture. Obviously this is just embossing, so once you start using it, it'll kind of start rubbing down, but once the palette is nice and brand new, it is a really pretty detail. Now let me show you my other palette. This is number 4 right here, which is Tweed Brun Rose. Once you open it, this right here is what this one looks like. Nice cool toned brown shades. I really did like the color stories of both of these, and I feel like I'm going to have fun playing with them in today's video, and that if I like the shadow formulas, these are palettes that I could see myself reaching for in the future. Now about the formulas, the ladies at the Chanel boutique also told me that this is a nice new and improved formulation of Chanel eyeshadows, and that these are going to be longer lasting shadows, and also that they have more pigmentation than traditional Chanel eyeshadow quads have. brought in the past. So I'm excited to try that because while I don't own any Chanel quads in my collection, I have tried them before at the store. At Nordstrom, my Charlotte Tilbury counter was right in front of the Chanel counter. So I would play with Chanel makeup all the time. And to be honest, the eyeshadow quads was nothing I was ever impressed with, you know? The eyeliners I loved, the mascaras I loved, the complexion products I loved, but I never felt impressed with the eyeshadow. So I'm really hoping that these are truly that much better. I did mention at the beginning of the video that my wallet was bleeding, and it is because Chanel makeup is luxury makeup. It is a little bit on the pricier side, and these eyeshadow quads were $88 each. Plus tax, I ended up paying $189.64 for both of them. Ouch. I did it for you, and I also kind of got a little bit wrapped up on the tweed excitement that I saw online, so I just couldn't help myself, okay? Let's go ahead and start swatching these and trying them. I forgot to show you that the inside of the tweed pouches are double lined with these little Chanel logo thingies right here, which is really cute. I want to start by swatching tweed number 4, and I definitely do not have any plans for using these little thingies right here. Here's the first shade, which looks a lot like the color of my skin, nice little gold shimmer, and then here is shade 2. These both look like satin finish shades. This next one is the sparkliest one of the 4, and I'm really hoping that this 4th one gives me a lot of pigmentation. Okay, that's decent. That's definitely decent. I am underwhelmed, I'm not going to lie, but I'm still excited to try this one and see what looks we can come up with. Chanel eyeshadows have traditionally always been a little bit more wearable, a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more basic. So we'll see. I'm definitely not giving up on this just based on the swatches. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and swatch the other palette now. So I'm grabbing all 4 shades right here. And the darkest one, let's see. Here are the little finger swatches, and let's just go for it. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. Just going at it once like this is what they look like. I'm going to build them up a little bit and show you again. Take a look right there. After I build them up, this right here is what it looks like. Right now, after I've just swatched both quads, all I'm saying to myself is, why would you let yourself get caught up in the hype? You knew these weren't going to be for you, but I'm still not giving up on them. Let's go ahead and try them on the eyes, and hopefully a miracle will happen. I got you a little closer to my face, and I'm going to start with the lightest shade of palette number 4 right here. And I'm using a Refer number 15 brush, which is a big fluffy blending brush. And that's going to be my transition shade. With the Refer number 1, I'm going into the second color here. This one looks much more pigmented, so hopefully we can start seeing something happen. So I'm putting it on the outer V of the eye, blending it into my crease color, adding a little bit more for intensity. And with that same brush, I'm going into the darkest color of the quad, and I'm going to add it to the outer corner of my eye. I honestly don't get it, and I know that this might be a collector's item or whatnot, but for an $88 quad, to not only have barely any pigmentation, but to give you this amount of fallout, I am angry right now. Like, that is a lot of fallout for a look that I could have created with one eyeshadow from a different palette. Crazy, 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 crazy. All right, adding a little bit more of that darkest shade, blending it into the rest of this mess. And then with my finger, I'm going to grab the shiny shade right here, and I'm going to pat it all over my eyelid. I grabbed the brush for a little bit more precision here. This is my Refer number 28. I have a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm going to see if at least it goes away with just a fluffy brush. I'm going to grab the darkest shade once again on a teeny tiny fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend that underneath my eye, starting on the outer corner and moving all the way to the tear duct area. Right there. And I'm going to use a Chanel eyeliner for my waterline. The Chanel eyeliners are actually amazing. I do really love these. Very pigmented, nice and smudgeable, all good things. You don't have to sharpen them, and the packaging is really nice because they are sealed shut. They don't get dry. They're amazing. Chanel eyeliner on. And why not? I'm going to make use of the mascara samples they gave me. So let me be right back with the finished first look, and then we'll get into the palette that I've been most excited about, which is this one right here. I'm back with some mascara on, and this right here is the completed look with the Tweed No. 4 palettes. If this is longer lasting, more pigmentation, I really do not want to try what they had before. Sorry, those are my honest thoughts right there. I feel like this is such a mediocre eyeshadow formula, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to actually take it off because I want to do this palette on both eyes, but I wanted to show you what this looked like with the mascara and everything. So take a look right here. I went ahead and removed the eyeshadow, and I reapplied concealer to the top and a little bit bottom of this eye. Obviously I have mascara on one eye and not the other one, which we'll fix in a second, but let's go ahead and play with the purple one and see if my opinion can be changed at all with this one. By the swatches of it we did earlier, I highly doubt it. This time I'm going to start with this shade right here and a Refer number 16 brush. So I'm going to use it as a transition shade back and forth all throughout the crease of my eye. I so far like this one a little bit more than the first palette because this shade doesn't have as many glitter particles as the first shade I used for the other look, and so I feel like it looks smoother so far. I'm using a Refer number 1 and switching to this darker shade right here, this plummy tone. And I'm going to add it to the outer corner of my eye, the outer V right here. Tapping it first and then blending it into the crease. Every time I start placing one of these shades down, I have to go back to the pan several times to build it. And as you can see, I also have a little bit of fallout with this one. I'm going to dust it off with a brush. The fallout does go away really fast. I'm going to use my number 26 brush for the darkest shade right here. This one's more pointed, more dense. Hopefully it'll help me build a bit more pigment. So I'm going to kind of press and roll it on the outer third of my eyelid and then turn the brush and blend it up here on the crease. I think that might have helped a little bit. I'm going back and blending things out with the brush. Lastly, I'm going to grab this mauve shade down here with a flat brush, and I'm going to put it all over the eyelid, back to the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use it as my inner corner and bring it in ever so slightly. To finish things up, I'm just going to grab this small little brush in this shade right here, and I'm going to blend it all throughout the under eye area. Before I even go on with mascara on this eye and come back for my final thoughts, I want to show you the state of my quad after one use, from dipping into each shade multiple times to get this amount of pigmentation, and also from how powdery the shades are. So after one use, this right here is what the palette looks like. I'm back with mascara on, and let's just say that that mascara sample is the best thing we've tried in all of this video. I am angry at myself for buying these because I have tried some shitty makeup in my time here on YouTube, but I have never spent $200 on products that are such a disappointment. Like, I cannot believe how bad these are. And you saw me at the beginning of the video. I was excited. I had hopes. I was like, they told me that the formula was better, it's improved. You know, I'm going to put the Chanel eyeshadows I tried aside, and I'm going to give it a new chance. I'm going to spend $88 on each of these eyeshadow quads. And while, if I'm being honest to myself, I didn't expect to be blown away by them, I expected them to at least work. I expected them to at least have some sort of pigmentation, a formula that doesn't have any fallout. I already knew the color story was kind of on the boring side, right? But there's no dimension to these eyeshadows at all. I had to go back on each pan so many times to get even this level of pigment right here, which is kind of on the basic side, and the fallout was driving me crazy. It does go away relatively well with the brush, but you can always see it if you look close enough underneath the eyes. I don't know. I think Chanel has some great complexion products. I'm currently wearing the Chanel No. 1 foundation, the Chanel bronzer, the Chanel mascara, which I love, but on the eyeshadow department, I don't care how much tweed they put around their pretty packaging. These eyeshadow formulations just give me nothing. And I don't feel like it's even a matter of they're not pigmented so that it's very user-friendly for people who are like not good at makeup, because you have the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow formulas or even the Tom Ford eyeshadow formulas, which I know I shit on all the time, but they're better than this for sure. And those are also extremely user-friendly formulas, but you can get good looks with them. Think of every time I've tried a Charlotte Tilbury quad on this channel. There is like nice reflective shimmers, there's some sort of depth, there is some sort of versatility, definition to the eye look. These quads gave me absolutely nothing. The lady at the Chanel boutique was telling me how she was not going to use hers and she was saving it because it's a collector's item. No shit. I know why you're saving it, because why would you use this? Like, I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant. I know I'm going in on these, but I honestly do not see the value in them. If you are buying them because they have the special tweed packaging, because it is a collector's item, and you plan on letting them sit in a drawer and never using them and just collecting them there, and that gives you a satisfaction and you get your money's worth out of that, then by all means, my links are down below in the description box of this video if you want to do that. But I do not recommend these. I wouldn't recommend these to my worst enemy. This was such a waste of money, and I'm extra angry at myself because I bought them from the Chanel boutique and I just read their receipt and I can't bring these back. So anyways, I think I'm done with this video because I would go on forever about how you definitely should not spend your money on these Chanel quads. And that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope that you guys like this video, maybe just for entertainment purposes, maybe just so that you save a little bit of money. So if you do, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you have anything to add to the conversation, don't forget to leave it down below in the comment section. Maybe I did something wrong. You can let me know down there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.